Hi aspirants, welcome to my YouTube channel, Indian Anatomist. Today, I am going to discuss about the histology of epithelium. What is epithelium? Epithelia or epithelium are groups of tissues that line or encompass every surfaces, cavities, and tubes of the body. As we all know that the epithelium is one of the primary tissues found in our body, and rest of the three tissues are connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. Coming to the features of epithelium are: Number 1, size and shape. The size and shape of epithelial cells are variable, ranging from columnar to cuboidal to squamous. The epithelial size and morphology are based on their function. Number 2 is polarity. Inside the epithelial cells, the organelles and membrane proteins are distributed unevenly. This makes the disposition of nucleus, so the nucleus may away from the center. In certain instances, the epithelial cell surfaces may contain surface projections called cilia for mobility or microvilli, also called as stereocilia for absorption. Number 3 is cell junctions. Like any other tissues of the body, the epithelium also has well-developed adhesion sites that provides epithelial cells to communicate with each other and metabolites can transport. Number 4, the basement membrane. It gives attachment to epithelial cells. It is made of collagen fibers, glycoproteins, and proteoglycans. Number 5 is avascular nature. Any epithelium present in our body do not have any specific blood vessels. So, the epithelial cells get their nutrients by means of diffusion. 6 is nerve supply. All the epithelial cells are innervated. And the last feature is renew and repair. This is an important characteristic feature of the epithelium. During any wear and tear of the epithelial cells, the injured cells will be shed off, and replacing them with new cells. The epithelium can be further divided into simple and compound or stratified epithelium, depending on the structure, form, and function. Students, first we will see about the simple epithelium. The simple epithelium consists of a single layer of cells that are attached to the basement membrane. These cells form a lining of different organ surfaces and cavities throughout. Simple epithelium is in regions of the body that are responsible for key processes, such as diffusion, filtration, absorption, and secretions. Based on their shapes, the simple epithelium can be classified into 4 different types. They are: 1. Simple squamous epithelium. 2. Simple cuboidal epithelium. 3. Simple columnar epithelium. And the 4th one is pseudostratified columnar epithelium. Now, let us see about the first type, which is the simple squamous epithelium. The shape of this epithelium is thin and flat plates of cells, often called pavement epithelium. The center of each simple squamous cell is bulged due to the presence of a nucleus. The shape of the nucleus, a centrally placed flattened nucleus, is the characterized feature of this epithelium. Coming to the function, it plays a crucial role in facilitating the exchange of gases, nutrients, and waste products across cell membranes, as well as in providing a smooth surface for fluid movement within the body. Examples of simple squamous epithelium are endothelial lining, or endothelium of blood vessels, alveolar epithelium of lungs, podocytes of Bowman's capsule of kidneys, mesothelial lining, or mesothelium of pleura, pericardium, and peritoneum. Here is a microscopic slide showing the alveolus of the lung from low to higher magnification, 5 to 40x. In the slide, each irregular circular area represents an alveolus of the lung. Alveoli are lined by simple squamous epithelium, where the exchange of gases occurs using diffusion. These 2 clips display microphotographs of the artery and Bowman's capsule within the kidney. The first picture shows the lumen of the large artery, where a layer of simple squamous epithelium, also called endothelium, is present. This layer is characterized by flat nuclei. The second video, located on the right side, showcases the fundamental squamous epithelium found in the Bowman's capsule of the kidney. The term podocytes is another name for this form of epithelium. The simple squamous epithelium on both slides mostly facilitates diffusion. Now let's discuss the next type of epithelium, which is known as simple cuboidal epithelium. The cuboidal epithelium has equal length and breadth, giving it a cube-like appearance. The nucleus of the epithelium is centrally located and has a big, round, or spherical shape. The primary role of the cuboidal epithelium is to secrete or absorb substances. Some of the cuboidal cells exhibit surface specialization or polarity, such as microvilli, which are cell membrane protrusions responsible for absorption. Examples of cuboidal cells include follicular cells in the thyroid gland, smaller ducts in glands and kidneys, hepatocytes in the liver, and cuboidal cells with microvilli lining the proximal convoluted tubules of the kidney. This is a microscopic slide displaying the thyroid gland at several levels of magnification, ranging from 5 to 40x. Each circular structure in the clip depicts a thyroid follicle. Each follicle is lined with follicular cells, which are cuboidal cells with centrally placed large round nuclei. Here are two examples that demonstrate the characteristics of simple cuboidal epithelium. The left side of the image displays microphotography depicting the simple cuboidal epithelium seen in the proximal and distal convoluted tubules of the kidney. Students, please carefully observe the simple cuboidal epithelium, which is characterized by a prominent spherical nucleus that is easily visible at high magnification. The kidneys contain ducts or tubules that perform the functions of absorption and secretion. Another illustration presented here is the hepatocytes found in the liver. The hepatocytes in the liver perform the functions of absorption and secretion. The next form of simple epithelium is known as simple columnar epithelium. In this morphology, the length of the epithelium is greater than its breadth, resulting in a columnar shape. The nucleus of the columnar epithelium is elongated and positioned near the basement membrane, without direct contact. The main function of the simple columnar epithelium is to perform secretion, absorption, or both. Columnar cells in certain locations display surface specialization or polarity, such as non-motile microvilli for absorption or motile cilia for the movement of substances. Columnar cells lacking surface attachments can be observed in the stomach, where microvilli or stereocilia are present in the intestines, and ciliated columnar cells are found in the fallopian tube. To all students, displayed here is a microscopic slide exhibiting the lining epithelium of the stomach, ranging from low to higher magnification, 5 to 40x. Particularly at lower magnification, this slide reveals the many mucosal folds of the stomach, which are covered by a layer of simple columnar epithelium. This phenomenon can also be observed and appreciated when using higher levels of magnification. Observe the morphology of columnar epithelium, characterized by its extended nucleus positioned near the basement membrane. The following two clips display microphotographs of the jejunum, which is the small intestine. The jejunum is lined with a layer of simple columnar epithelium that contains microvilli or stereocilia. These structures are essential for the absorption of nutrients from the small intestine. The second clip, located on the right side, exhibits the simple columnar epithelium with cilia found in the fallopian tube of the female reproductive system. These cilia are responsible for propelling the oocyte from the ovary to the uterus through this tube. The last type of simple epithelium is pseudostratified columnar. These basic epithelial cells appear to have numerous layers, which is misleading. The nuclei of columnar cells vary in size and location. The nuclear locations can mislead you into thinking there are several layers of cells attached to the basal membrane. Goblet cells and cilia may be scattered and on top. The trachea, larger bronchus of the lungs, prostate, epididymis, and vas deferens have pseudostratified non-ciliated columnar epithelium. This is a microscopic slide that shows the lining epithelium of the trachea at several levels of magnification, ranging from 5x to 40x. At higher magnification, this slide shows pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelial cells, as well as pale-stained or unstained goblet cells in between. These cells are covered by a layer of simple columnar epithelium. Please see the presence of cilia over the columnar cells. I am concluding the study of the simple epithelium with this. What comes next? You are right. I am going to explain to you about the stratified epithelium that exists in our bodies. Stratified epithelium is an epithelial tissue that consists of more than one layer of cells. This type of epithelium is in regions of the body that experience considerable physical stress or mechanical pressure. The nature of the surface or superficial cells and cellular layers may differ according to the specific function and anatomical site. Stratified epithelium primarily serves to offer protection from abrasion, physical harm, and invasion by microorganisms. Stratified epithelium can have additional roles than protection, such as secretion or absorption, depending on its position. First layer of cells or basal cell layer that attaches to the basement membrane, usually a cuboidal or lower columnar variety of cells. The stratified epithelium is further categorized into 4 different categories based on the variety of their surface epithelial cells. 1. Stratified squamous epithelium is a type of tissue characterized by many layers of flat or squamous cells on the surface. 2. Transitional epithelium refers to a type of tissue that can stretch and contract in response to changes in the volume of the organ it lines. 3 and 4. These are restricted or limited types of epithelia present in the human body. The stratified cuboidal and columnar epithelium is a form of epithelial tissue that consists of either cuboidal or columnar cells on their surfaces, respectively. Now, let us see about the first type of stratified epithelium is stratified squamous epithelium. The epithelium is multilayered, with superficial cells being of the squamous cell type. The layer of cells located above the basement membrane is referred to as the basal cell layer. The single layers of cells are either cuboidal or low columnar, and they undergo rapid division to generate new cells. The layers above the cellular layers, 9 to 11, are referred to as polygonal or polyhedral cell layers. These cells have been altered to have a cuboidal shape and contain a huge, round nucleus positioned in the center. The outermost layers, 4 to 6, consist of squamous cells, which is why it is called stratified squamous epithelium. The stratified squamous epithelium can be classified into 2 subtypes, keratinized and non-keratinized. The skin is a picture of keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. The term keratinocytes refers to all cells found in the skin. The outermost layer of flat cells undergoes degeneration and releases the protein, keratin. It forms a layer of fibrous protein on the surface of the epithelium, which protects the skin from harm caused by external factors and inhibits the loss of water. Thick skin exhibits a higher degree of keratinization compared to thin skin. The following 2 clips display the clips of thin skin on the left and thick skin on the right side. Both have the same keratinized stratified squamous epithelium, but one has more keratin seen in thick skin and the other has less found in thin skin. Now discussion about the non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. This epithelium covers the tongue, esophagus, and vagina. This epithelium withstands the abrasion, but not desiccation. This microscopic slide shows the esophagus at 5 to 40x. A well-established stratified squamous epithelium lines its lumen without keratin. Compared to keratinized stratified squamous epithelium, it is less protective. Next, I'll explain the transitional epithelium. Transitional means changing into. In mammals, transitional epithelium is only present in the urinary system, hence also called urothelium. Urinary bladder, ureter, and prostatic urethra are excellent examples. This specialized epithelium can survive urine toxicity and extreme stretching. In a relaxed state, this epithelium appears to have about 4 to 5 cell layers. Usually, the basal cells are of a cuboidal variety. The middle 2 to 4 layers are made of polygonal cells. Single-layer superficial or surface cells are larger and more resemble umbrella or pear-shaped cells. They are modified cuboidal cells with a large round nucleus, sometimes may contain a binucleus. What is the distinguishing feature of transitional epithelium? During the process of stretching, such as in the ureter or urinary bladder, the transitional epithelium seems to consist of only 1 or 2 layers of cells. The surface cells are highly compressed and have a resemblance to squamous cells. Nevertheless, when constricted, the cell membrane of umbrella or pear-shaped cells in the ureter or urinary bladder undergoes aberrant thickening. The thickening acts as an osmotic barrier, effectively blocking the flow of urine into adjacent cells. This microscopic slide displays the human ureter at magnifications ranging from 5x to 40x. When viewed at a greater level of detail, the ureter displays the transitional epithelium at its central cavity, which is depicted as a white region. The surface epithelium, known as umbrella cells, consists of a single layer of modified cuboidal cells with a centrally located spherical nucleus. At times, the cell may possess two nuclei. Coming to the last portion of epithelium types are stratified cuboidal and stratified columnar epithelium. The stratified cuboidal epithelium consists of 3 to 4 layers of cubical cells. It is less common in human beings. Usually found in the termination of larger ducts of certain glands like salivary glands, sweat glands, mammary gland, and pancreas. This micrography clip shows one of the larger ducts of parotid gland. Under higher magnification, this larger duct is lined by stratified cuboidal epithelium. On the other hand, the stratified columnar epithelium is rare in human beings, but can be seen during metaplasia or hyperplasia or dysplasia. Metaplasia means the replacement of a mature cell type by another mature cell type. Hyperplasia means increased cell production in a normal tissue or organ, and dysplasia is the presence of cells of an abnormal type within a tissue, which may signify a stage preceding the development of cancer. If stratified columnar epithelium is present, made of 2 to 3 layers, low columnar or cuboidal cells are present at the basement membrane, and columnar cells are present above. Location: certain parts of some larger ducts of salivary glands, male urethra, vas deferens, anorectal junction, occasionally in uterus, and sclerocorneal junction. This micrography clip shows one of the interlobular ducts of the submandibular gland that is lined by stratified columnar epithelium. In this, 2 or 3 layers of epithelial cells are present and the superficial cell belongs to columnar type. Please note the elongated nucleus towards the surface. Greetings, students. The entire epithelium has been finished. It is expected that you possess a fundamental understanding of histology, specifically about epithelial tissue and its different forms, along with appropriate examples. Kindly show your support by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Wishing you the utmost success, and have a pleasant day, everyone.